Hi guys, today we're going to be learning about the Prove It method. Okay, so first off, what is the Prove It method? So scientists who have studied reading have found out a few things that really help students when they take SOL tests or any kind of test in general where you have to read to really comprehend. So the first thing is to make a prediction before you read because it really helps you understand what the story is going to be about. Knowing what the questions are going to ask you lets you read the story with hints. If you go in without reading the question, it's like going into a basketball game without knowing the plays. It just doesn't really make sense. So reading the questions first helps you go into the story with a purpose because it tells you a little bit about what the story is going to be about. And another really good part about Prove It is that it has you read the passage twice. That doubles your chances of understanding it. Do you ever get to the end of a story and realize you have no idea what you read? Well, Prove It has you summarize as you go, so it allows you to be really positive that you understand what the story says. Okay, so first thing that you do with Prove It is you number and box in each paragraph. So on the SOL test, you'll have your little tools at the top. So you just either box in, like actually draw a box in between each paragraph, or you can just do a line and that's fine. And usually the SOL test will number them for you. But go ahead before you even start and just number, box in each paragraph. So, for example, with this one, once upon a time, there was a girl named Kiera. She went to Lincoln Middle School. She played basketball there and loved science class. So, if this were the real test and this were a paragraph, I'd either put that line there or I'd box it in just to show that that's one paragraph. Next thing you're going to do, skim and scan for text features. So that might mean you look at pictures if there are pictures. It may mean that you read headings, subheadings, titles, and see if you can use those to figure out what you think that the passage is going to be about. And then you just jot that down right on your scratch paper. Next thing you do, you're going to read all of the questions. Pay special attention to any questions that reference a certain paragraph. So, for example, if you see something that says, which of the following questions can be answered in paragraph 4, you're going to want to pay special attention to that. And that's the reason why we went through and boxed and numbered our paragraphs earlier. So what you can do now, if you see something as you're reading the questions that says to look for paragraph 4, go back to paragraph 4 and make a little special note there so that you'll remember as you're reading it to go and answer this question that goes with it. So as you're reading, if you find an answer, you can go back and answer it right then. Next, highlight keywords in the questions. So keywords would include something like the paragraph number that it refers to, or it might say something like which of these is not answered, and you would want to make sure that you highlight or underline not. Then read and reread the passage. The first time that you read it, summarize each paragraph on your scrap paper. It can just be a few words. If you can't summarize it, then you need to reread it. So summarizing as you go lets you know before you get to the end if you're not actually understanding what you're reading. So all you need to do is on your scrap paper, after you read that paragraph, just jot down a few words, or you can draw a picture if you'd rather do that, that just explains what it is that you read there. Remember, if you can't summarize it, that means you need to read it again. Circle any new vocabulary words in the text. So as you're reading, if you come across a word that you're not sure about, circle it or underline it so that you can be sure to come back and look at that. Next, read each question and find the correct answer in the passage. This is the most important part of Prove It because this is where you actually prove that you have the answers. So, what you would do, either underline the answer where you found it in the text and label it with the question number, or you can label the question with the paragraph number. So for example, if you find the answer to question number 5 in paragraph 4, you go to where you found it in paragraph 4 and underline it. Or beside the question itself, you could just write a little number sign and then the number of the paragraph. Okay, so that is Prove It in a nutshell. Prove It takes a lot of practice, but once you get good at it, then you will be able to answer any question and get it correct. I've never seen anyone not pass an SOL test who did prove it faithfully the whole entire time and didn't take any shortcuts, okay? So take your time, do your best work. Good luck.